Alrighty, guys, we are live for week 9 of the 2026 season at Nick's Amiibo League. Today is a special one because after this week, we will be officially halfway through the season. So this week is very important. Alright, let's go ahead and get started right away. The first match is going to be between at 1-7 and in last place in the Northwest Division, Mario. And at 6-2 and in second place in the Midwest Division, WarioWare. All right, here we go. Sorry, I'm quiet. I'm just doing some other last-minute preparations here. This stage is annoying. And what's even worse is that it's going to be a long one here. It's already gone for over 3 minutes. Whoa, frame rate. Also, PSI Kirby is not here yet. I don't know if he's coming today. I've been trying a little bit harder to promote my streams more. And my uploads, because I want to be able to get my content monetized someday. But I can't do that until I get 1,000 subscribers. 104.2 for WarioWare. And speaking of PSI Kirby, there he is now. How's it going, dude?
Good.
You just missed the first battle. Mario lost again. He lost his 8th battle in a row, and he falls to 1-8. Meanwhile, WarioWare improves to 7-2. So the reason why today is so important is because this is the official halfway point of the season. There are 18 weeks in the season, including the playoffs, and so after today, we will be officially halfway through the season.
All right.
Alright, let's go ahead and get the next two fighters in. And great, my battery's running low. I'm gonna have to plug in another Joy-Con. Hopefully this battery doesn't run out at least until intermission, so I can change the Joy-Cons. Next up, we have currently 4-4, and in third place in the Southwest Division, Fox. Taking on in fourth place in the Midwest at 5-3, Rosalina.
Rosalina and Luma.
Okay.
1, go!
So, happy Pride Month. Yesterday was the official start of Pride Month. Who's next? We got Dr. Mario and Mech. Dr. Mario is doing quite a bit better than his counterpart. He's currently 5-3.
Mm-hmm.
Also, fun fact, I don't know if you knew this, but Fox's voice actor in this game is the same guy who voiced him in Star Fox 64. I don't know if you knew that.
Of course, I know that.
Yeah, but a lot of people didn't, so that's why I said that, and also because I thought you, I thought.
I mean, everyone. That's what be everyone's beliefs, though.
Yeah.
Like when you assume one person voices one character, you assume they voice the rest of the predecessors. Like for example, Toadette, for example. Just recently, he's being voiced by Laura Stahl. Yeah, she voiced Laura Stahl has been voicing Toda in Martin's Fever, and Michael Ward. But before that, Toda was voiced by Samantha Kelly.
Samantha Kelly.
Yeah, from Mario Party 8 to Super Mario Jamboree.
Was Jamboree the last game? I thought it was
Yeah.
Super Mario Wonder. But yeah, Nintendo's been firing everybody. They've been laying everybody off.
Do you know who the first Toadette was?
I don't know. Who was it? Was it?
Jen Taylor.
Oh, Jen Taylor. Yeah.
She only voiced Toadette in 4 games: Double Dash, Mario Party 6, Mario Party 7, and Mario Superstar Baseball.
Oh. And Sam Kelly took over her voice starting in Mario Party 8, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Kelly's last role in as Toadette was in Mario Party Jamboree.
Okay. She also voiced Toad and Peach. Man, Rosalina's just running away with this. The question is, can she kill him off? Yes! She was teetering on the edge for a while, but then finally decided to end it. 128.5. And Rosalina improves to 6-3. Rosalina improves to 6-3. While Fox falls to 4-5. So he is back in the negatives again.
Stamina battle.
Alright. Let's get the next 2 fighters ready. Next up, we have Dr. Mario
Dr. Mario.
and Meta Knight.
Meta Knight.
Hey Nick,
Yes.
have you ever met a knight?
I did at a Renaissance fair. I see what you're doing there.
One. Go.
So, so Dr. Mario, as I just said, both these fighters are currently 5-3. Dr. Mario is in 2nd place in the Southwest Division, while Meta Knight is in 5th place in the Midwest Division. The Southwest Division is still one of the worst divisions in the league because the top 2 fighters in that league are 5-3. But it's definitely not nearly as bad as it was. At one point in this division, there was only one fighter who had a winning record. And I want to say there was also a point where no fighters in that division had a winning record. Now that's changed, thankfully. The Mid-East Division, same thing. And the Southwest Division is also home to the only fighter in the entire league who has not won a match yet, Samus. Meta Knight is in trouble. Whoever wins this will improve to 6-3, and whoever loses will fall to 5-4, which is just above even. So this is a 17-week regular season. Uh-oh, Dr. Mario almost fell. Meta Knight is slowly coming back, chipping away at him piece by piece. $97.9. Dr. Mario takes the win. Meta Knight tried to come back at the end, but just could not get enough steam. And Dr. Mario takes the win. He is currently 6-3 now. And Meta Knight falls to 5-4.
Yep.
Where is Meta Knight? There he is.
Stamina battle.
All right, this is probably going to be the most exciting match of the day, because we got a father and son match here between the only father and son fighters here. It's going to be Bowser Jr.
Bowser Jr.
taking on his father, Bowser. Now, these two are in completely different places in the league. They both have losing records, but Bowser Jr. is currently 1-7, and Bowser is 3-5. Bowser Jr. is currently... Oh, they're both in 5th place in each of their respective divisions. Bowser in the Northwest and Bowser Jr. in the Southwest. But they are 2 games apart. Even though they are 2 games apart, they both have losing records. And no matter what happens, neither one of them will break even today. Because even if Bowser wins, he will be 4-5. Which is not quite even. So they will still have losing records. Who is going to take this? Bowser's got a pretty big lead. And this is also the first of 5 streams taking place in June. There's going to be 5 streams in June, and in July we will be streaming the last 4 weeks of the regular season, and then the playoffs will be streamed in August. There's only going to be 1 stream for the playoffs because it's such a small tournament. It's only going to be 8 fighters in the playoffs out of 36. And Bowser takes it, 190.8. Oh, God. Come on. This battery better last through the first half, or it's not going to be pretty. All right, Bowser takes the win. He goes 4-5. And Bowser Jr., how many losses is that in a row for him? Excuse me. All right, so Bowser Jr. hasn't won since week 4. So this means 9. This is his 5th loss in a row. 5 consecutive losses for Bowser Jr. And it's another big one, 190.8. Oh, Curb just disconnected. I hope everything's all right. All right, I'm just gonna write the score down here. I never wrote down the next match. That was kind of dumb. Next up, we have... Let me get the next 2 fighters in. We have Zelda and Donkey Kong. Zelda is currently 3-5, and she is in 4th place in the Southwest Division. Donkey Kong, meanwhile, is 4-4, so he has an even record, and he is in 3rd place in the Northwest Division. I really hope everything's okay with PSI Kirby, because he just disconnected. Next 2 fighters. Who's next? Ooh, this next one's gonna be very interesting. Oh, there he is. What happened?
But
But he just disconnected again.
I'm fine.
Oh, good.
My computer froze.
Oh, okay. Well, is it all right now?
Yes.
All right, that's good. Anyways, now we have Zelda versus Donkey Kong. I already told the viewers this, but Zelda is currently 3-5, and Donkey Kong is 4-4. So in the next match, we're going to have the second best fighter in the West taking on the worst fighter in the league. It's going to be Luigi versus Samus. That's going to be the next battle. And Zelda is currently in 4th place in the Southwest at 3-5. And Donkey Kong is in 3rd place in the Northwest at 4-4. Do you need to see the spreadsheet again?
I'm good.
Okay. So I can just keep giving you the standings? Yeah, I'm going to need to replace my right Joy-Con because that's the one I need to scan the Amiibo. And Donkey Kong is the winner. 170.3.
Kong wins.
Donkey Kong improves to 5-4, and he is back to having a winning record. And Zelda is now going to fall to 3-6. There we go. Sorry, I made a little bit of an error on the spreadsheet. All right, let's get into the next one.
Stamina battle.
We have the worst fighter in the league at 0-8, Samus. Taking on one of the best fighters in the league, Luigi, who is currently 7-1. Luigi is not the best fighter in the league, but he is one of the best. He has a 7-1 record and a pretty solid differential overall. And but Samus is a completely different story. She's in last place. She is the worst fighter in the league because she is the only fighter who has not won a match. Nah, who am I kidding? Luigi is the best fighter in the league, as far as I'm concerned. But that's just an opinion, really. The fact is that Sonic is the best in the league. When you look at his record and his differential. Alright. The next two. I'm expecting Luigi to take this pretty single-handedly, but Samus is putting up a fight, surprisingly. Could we see an upset here?
Yes.
You really think so, Curb?
Uh-huh.
Really
Speaking of
think- What? What was that?
Speaking of Samus, I'm actually running a script. Does this thing? You ever been to an anime convention before?
Genshin?
Anime convention.
I don't think I have.
I don't know. This doesn't apply to. I don't think it applies to all of them, but one I go to has this thing called cosplay combat chest, and basically it's two fictional fighters fight each other in chess, but each of the pieces are different characters from different medias.
Oh, that's wicked awesome.
Recently, the lead writer who writes the scripts for the fights retired. So now they're going through an application process for people who used to be the next lead writer for Cosplay Combat Chest. So I applied and it gave me some steps on a fight scene between Samus Aran versus Vegeta from Dragon Ball.
Oh, that's incredible. I hope you get this job. I think you would do great at it. Also, you were saying something about an upset? Luigi's got a massive lead right now. Luigi is ahead by over 130 points. Which is a lot in Smash Brothers. But if this season has proven anything, no lead is ever safe. Wow, that's incredible. All right, I'm gonna have to go back to the match. Okay, you can show it to me after. I would love to see it.
Right.
I would love to read that, but right now I've got a show to do. But hey, I'm really interested in that stuff. I think it's really awesome from what I've seen so far. Luigi is this close to winning. Samus is 0-9. 196.4 for Luigi. And Luigi is the first fighter to go 8-1. And as I said, Samus remains the only winless fighter in the league. She is now 0-9. She put up a pretty good fight at the beginning, but then Luigi, after about 30 seconds, just completely took control. And absolutely decimated her. So Samus is going to end the first half of the season winless. She has a lot of improvements to make in the second half, which starts next week.
Domino battle.
All right. Let me just go ahead and write the results down here. Oh, I also have to put this down. Beats. All right. Let's start the next battle here. We have Kirby taking on. Shit! I think my controller just died.
Kirby
Oh, wait,
was
no,
a
it
shit.
didn't.
Kirby was a shit. Slick Nick. Good idea.
No, no. Well, some people might actually agree with this. Kirby is taking on Peach. So yeah, a lot of people might actually agree with what I just said, even though it was a total accident. Because a lot of people do not like Peach, and that's nothing new. Let me just go ahead and write the next two down. God, there's a fly in here. So if you hear buzzing, you know why. Oh. I might be holding an all-star event. In fact, I most likely will be streaming on Saturday as part of to do the all-star event, which is essentially back in 2022. I held an all-star game where I basically had I did a 3 versus 3 battle with the conference winners or the division. The current division leaders at the halfway point of the season. I just did a 6 versus 6 matchup. Or, not a 6 versus 6, a 3 versus 3 with 6 total fighters. And I might do a squad strike as well. Of course, now that I said that, I have to. Oh, wow! This is very close. All right. So, Kirby is currently 5-3, and he is in he's in second place in the Southwest Division. And Peach, meanwhile, is currently 3-5, and she is in 5th place in the Northwest Division. I don't know if we're gonna have, no, we are gonna have a divisional match this week, because Pikachu and Ness are going to be the last fight in the Western Conference. And that will be a divisional match. Speaking of Kirby, I think he's pretty close to winning here. But no lead is ever safe. He's ahead by 100 points exactly. That's it. My God, I've been sneezing a lot. I really hope I'm not coming down with something. 112.4 for Kirby. He's finally won another one. Kirby is now 6-3. I don't know why I'm sneezing so much. I better not be coming down with something. Or maybe it's just allergies. And Peach is now 3-6. I'm gonna look back to see what the Yep, I was right. It's 112.4. My vision was kind of blurry there because I was about to sneeze. All right, next up we have two more fighters with winning records, including one of the best fighters in the league, Link, who is currently 7-1, and he'll be taking on Yoshi, who's currently 5-3. Link, as I just said, is currently 7-1, and he is in first place in the Midwest Division. Yoshi is 5-3, but he is in second place because he is 2.5 games behind Luigi, but everyone else in turn is a game behind him. So, or at least, well, one game apart from each other, but, like, they're all, like, one game apart of each other, but Yoshi, even though he's 5-3, he is currently 2.5 games out of first place, if that makes sense. If Yoshi wins this, then he'll be just 2 games out of first place. Meanwhile, Kirby and Dr. Mario currently have the same record, but Kirby is now in first in the Southwest Division after that victory, because he has a much higher differential than Dr. Mario. So I'm guessing that in the second half of the season, it's going to be a battle between those two for the top of the division. And I can say the same thing about Link and WarioWare in the Midwest. But Luigi is currently just running away with this. He is currently 2.5 games. He is currently in first place by 2.5 games. But as I said, we are only halfway through the season. So we are only just under halfway through the season. So anything can happen in the second half. Hold on, my desk is right next to the window. I think that's a bunny. Link takes it, 55.5. And Link will also end the first half of the season at 8-1. Link is going to be 8-1 at the end of the first half of the season, heading into the second half. And Yoshi will be 5-4 heading into the second half. At least it wasn't that big of a differential. Like, At least it wasn't that big of a difference there, so it won't harm his differential too much. But still, what really matters is their records. The differentials are only there as a tiebreaker.
Domino battle.
Kind of like coins in Mario Party. And now we are on to the final match of the Western Conference for Week 9. And the final matches in the Western Conference for the first half of the season. This one is between Pikachu and Ness. I think it's safe to say that both of these fighters are on opposite ends of the spectrum, so to speak. Pikachu is currently 6-2, and Ness is 2-6.
Do you know the PlayStation State of Play is happening right today?
Is it really?
Yeah, in 5 minutes.
Oh, wow. If I had known that, I probably would have delayed the stream a little bit. But that wouldn't have been good for you, so I decided not to. Things are definitely a lot different in the Eastern Conference, which we'll be cutting to next. We're going to be covering the Eastern Conference matches after this one is over. But not until after we do the intermission, because I have to get some things ready before we start the Eastern Conference. I have to get the Western Conference Amiibo back on the shelf, and then I have to grab the Eastern Conference Amiibo off of that shelf, off the other shelf, and then put them on the tray, and it's a lot. Well, not a lot. Like, not as much as I have to do to start the stream. I mean, starting the stream is a lot harder than that. Because not only do I have to get all the Amiibo ready, but I also have to clear off the scroll. I have to notify everybody. I just realized why there's nobody at the stream. They're probably watching the State of Play from PlayStation. Ness is currently... Actually, these guys are both in the same division. They're both in the Midwest division, but Pikachu is in third and Ness is in last. These fighters were split off into 2 conferences with 18 fighters each. And those conferences were split into 3 divisions of 6. So there are 6 groups of 6 in each division. And after that loss, Yoshi fell to 3rd place. Because he's currently 5-4, and he and Donkey Kong are both 3 games out of 1st place, even though they're in 2nd and 3rd. Even if Pikachu does win this, he will not be able to jump into 3rd, but if he loses this, he'll fall out of the top 3. Ness, meanwhile, nothing's gonna happen. He's still gonna remain in last place no matter what happens, so... This is just a fight to keep his season alive. Oh, it's a good thing the battery meter is... It's a good thing it's about to die right now, because we're almost at the end of the Western Conference matches here. We're about to go into intermission. That being said, it better not fucking die during this battle. But at this rate, it might, because this battle's been going on quite a while.
Alright.
This is also Ness's stage. I just realized. This is 4-side.
Wayside. Anyways, I'm going to place this in state of play.
I'm pretty sure he just said he's going to go watch the state of play. Man, if I had known that was going to happen, I probably would have delayed the stream a little bit longer. Alright, if PSI Kirby watches this after, thank you so much for joining me on CoCom once again this week. It was great having you here. But he's gone off to do the state of play thing for Sony. I hope he has a lot of fun there. Alright, this match has been going on long enough. Will you guys just do something? They're just hopping around. They're barely even attacking. God, I'm tired. Even though I actually took a nap today. I woke up at about 8:30 to go see my personal trainer. But then when I got home, I napped. I decided to take a nap, and I ended up falling asleep for 3 hours. I took a 3-hour-long nap. And even then, I was still tired. I was still tired, even after a 3-hour nap. I kind of don't want to nap now, because I know that if I do that, I won't be able to get any sleep tonight. Pikachu, trouble here, Pikachu. We could see an upset here. If they even want to end, if they even want to keep fighting. Oh. So yeah, Sony. So yeah, PlayStation State of Play is happening right now, which is probably why I'm not getting any viewers right now. But that's okay. I mean, people will probably watch the VOD after. In fact, that's what most people do anyway. Which is why I've kind of been considering going back to recording. Even though I love doing live streams, I mean, live streaming has proven to not really be successful for me. Like, I get a lot more reception when I create videos. And Ness finally ends the match, 58.3. And we got a kind of an upset here. Ness is currently 3-6. He will be 3-6 heading into the second half. And Pikachu will be 6-3 heading into the second half. Wow, that match was over 10 minutes. That is easily the longest match we have had so far. Jesus. That match went almost 11 minutes. This is so dumb. So dumb. Alright. You know, in some of my simulated tournaments in the past, what I did was I actually calculated the number of seconds that the other fighter lasted in battle, and how many seconds it took to defeat the other fighter in battle. But that was getting a little bit hard to calculate, so I decided to go back to stamina. Even though I love doing stock battles, I think stamina is a bit more interesting. And I thought that using stamina would make the battles faster. Boy, was I wrong. I was so wrong. Especially after that last battle. So I'm going to be right back. Since that is the end of the Western Conference battles for Week 9, I am going to go to intermission very quick while I get the Eastern Conference matchups ready. Okay? I will be right back. Sit back and relax, grab a snack or grab a drink or whatever. And I should be back in about 5 minutes. All right, we are back, and now it is time for the Eastern Conference matchups. And I thought about it, and I realized, I was debating on whether or not I should stop the stream because of the whole PlayStation State of Play event going on. But I decided, I should just keep going because I'm already pretty far along in this, so I think I'm just gonna keep going. And besides, everybody seems to watch the VODs after the stream is over, so it's not really gonna hurt all that much. Also, I replaced the Joy-Con that was dying, so now I have another one. First up in the Eastern Conference, we have Pac-Man and Lucas. Alright, here we go.
3, 2,
Pac-Man is currently 4-4, and Lucas is 7-1. They are both in the Northeast Division. Oh, wow. It seems there are a lot of divisional matches today in the Eastern Conference. There's a lot of divisional matches today. Feeling alright. Oh, I'm not feeling too good myself. Oh, feeling alright. Oh, I'm not feeling too good myself. Oh. Man, I love Joe Cocker. He's one of my favorite singers, Joe Cocker. Yeah, I love Joe Cocker. He's had one of the best voices, one of the best singing voices I think I've ever heard. He's definitely up there with some of my favorites. He was just a super talented guy, but his life story was pretty sad, if you really think about it. Such great talent just wasted on that rock and roll lifestyle. But anyways, I'm not gonna linger on that for right now. But yeah, if I had known that the State of Play was happening today, I was not notified at all. Probably because I'm not, like, tuned in with Sony and all that. I'm not really tuned in with Sony all that much. Oh, Daisy's chasing a bird outside. There's a neighbor mowing the lawn. You see, my streaming setup is right next to the window, so I can hear pretty much everything that's going on outside, even with the window closed. But if I had known that was happening, I probably would have delayed the stream about an hour or two. But I wouldn't have delayed it too much because I have to be somewhere at 8 o'clock. Pac-Man and Lucas. So yeah, we're going to be seeing a lot of divisional matchups today in the Eastern Conference. This was one of them. Lucas wins it 71.1.
Lucas wins.
All right, Lucas is now 8-1.
Stamina battle.
And Pac-Man is now 4-5. Next up, we have Wolf taking on Jigglypuff. These guys are actually not in the same division. They were for a long time, but then after a realignment, they are no longer in the same division. But I will say this, there's going to be another division realignment next season. There's going to be another division realignment because we have at least one person. There's going to be at least one vacancy. Maybe 2 vacancies heading into next year. The next season isn't starting until April, by the way. This one is going to be going until the beginning of August. Wow! 274.5. Jigglypuff gets decimated by Wolf. That was another TKO. Jigglypuff just falls off the side of the stage, unable to recover, and Wolf takes the win. So now both fighters are 5-4, but Wolf takes a huge win, and his differential is positive now. 274.5 was the final score. And now the neighbor's starting up the lawnmower again. I don't know if you guys can hear it. If not, then I might consider moving my setup. If you do hear it, then I might consider moving my setup again. Because even though I like having my desk right by the window, it can interrupt the... It could end up interrupting the live streams.
Stamina battle.
Or end up interrupting. Did I say interrupt ending up? I don't know. So, in the next battle, let me just write the scores down here. I never wrote the scores down for the matches. Oh my god, I am slacking. Mr. Strickland does not be happy. I love Back to the Future. That's one of my favorite film franchises, actually, is Back to the Future. Alright, let's get the next 2 fighters ready. Next up we have Rob and Lucario. Alright, here we go. Rob is currently 6-2, and Lucario is currently 5-3. Rob hails from the Northeast Division, and Lucario is from the Mid-East Division. Okay, so about these two fighters, let me go into the standings very quick. So, Rob is currently in 3rd place in the Northeast with a 6-2 record, and Lucario is actually in 1st in the Mid-East division. He is only half a game ahead of Jigglypuff, who is in 2nd. Oh wait, that's not the neighbor with the lawnmower, that's Dad with the lawnmower. Man, it's really getting lonely around here, I must admit. Come on, please don't let this be another 11-minute long match. $55.4 is Rob's transfer. $115.9 for Lucario. Lucario is currently 6-3. And Rob is also going to go 6-3. How long was that one? I gotta see. Okay, that was just over 5 minutes, which isn't terrible, but it's not good either. I like to have matches that are about 4 minutes or less, but I mean, we just had a match earlier today that went 11 minutes. Next up, we have Marth, who is currently 2-6, taking on Wii Fit Trainer, who is also 2-6. So we have two fighters with the same record and also in the same division.
2, 1, go!
Marth, 6. And we got another close one here.
Good posture begins with a strong base.
Card defeats Rob, 115.1. Trying to convince a friend of mine to join me on here. Still alive? Jerry Mathers? I thought he died like last year. I'm really happy to know he's still here. $147.3. Wii Fit Trainer is the winner.
Now that was a great workout.
Alright, there are just 5 matches left to go after this one. Wii Fit Trainer goes 3-6. Versus Marth. Alright, so Marth falls to 2-7. Yeah.
Domino battle.
Next up, we have
Mega Man.
Mega Man, who is currently 4-4. He'll be taking on Ike, who is currently 3-5. So, as I just said, Mega Man is currently he's currently...
1, go!
Thought I just smelled smoke. Mega Man is currently in 4th place in the Northeast with a 4-4 record, and Ike is in 3rd place in the Mid-East with a 3-5 record. Not answering calls. That's okay. So, what did you guys think of the CPU tournament that I did on my main channel, Slicknick Gaming? Personally, now that I look back on it, I definitely could have done better with it. I definitely could have done better with that tournament. Now that I look back on it, I just did not like it. I definitely could have done better with it. Specifically, like, I instead of using the CPU rankings, I didn't know CPU rankings existed until after the tournament wrapped. 261.6 for Mega Man. But yeah, I didn't know the CPU rankings existed until after the tournament wrapped. So I accidentally used the player rankings, and that resulted in a lot of unfair matchups. So if I do another CPU tournament, I will definitely use the actual CPU tier list and not the player rankings. Anyways, Mega Man improves to 5-4. He is back to having a winning record. And he gets a big win there. Ike falls to 3-6, and his differential is definitely going to take a hit. Yeah, he's in 5th place now.
Stamina battle.
And I never wrote down the next 2 fighters. Damn it all. Next up, we have the best fighter in the league, Sonic. And I mean that literally. He has, well, he doesn't have the best record yet. If he wins, then he will have the best record. But his differential is off the chart. It's easily the best in the whole division. And he'll be taking on Falco, who is one of the worst fighters in the league. All right, let's do it. They are about as opposite as you could get. Sonic is in 1st place in the Southeast Division at 7-1, and Falco is in last place in the Northeast Division at 1-7. record. Man, I am so excited that DK64 is coming to the Nintendo Switch. I am so excited for that. It's been a long time coming, and I can't believe it's finally here. When I first heard, I literally jumped out of my seat and I just yelled, "No fucking way!" That was pretty much my reaction. King K. Rool versus. Something I just realized, like, I don't think the Smash 64 fighters are ever, like, discontinued for future Smash Bros. Games. Like, I know fighters from Melee and Brawl both ended up getting discontinued in future games. But that's the great thing about Smash Ultimate, is that they brought everybody back. Like, every fighter who was discontinued previously was brought back. And they also brought back, I think, like 8 new fighters and then 12 DLC fighters. I want to say it was 12. Could be wrong. 'Hallelujah. Oh God, now that song's stuck in my head. Brother Loves Traveling Salvation Show by Neil Diamond.
Game.
242.6 for Sonic.
It was almost too easy.
And 0. 242.6. All right, so Sonic is now definitely the best fighter in the league. He is 8-1, and he was also the last fighter to lose a match. He was undefeated heading into week 8. Actually, no, he was undefeated heading into week 7, and then he finally lost. Wait, where was Sonic? Oh, there's a fly on me. Yeah, Sonic went into week 7 at 6-0, and then he finally lost a match. So he ended up going 6-1, but he's won every match since. This is his 3rd victory in a row. Actually, no, it's his 2nd victory in a row. I should just shut up now. Falco is now 1-8. And his differential is going to take a major hit after that one. Sonic just decimated him. Wow. And that was only just under 3 minutes. And Falco didn't even get any breathing room. All right. Sorry, I'm blushing. Next up, we have King K. Rool,
King K. Rool.
who is currently sorry, I have to erase the scroll very quick. King K. Rool is currently King K. Rool is currently, oh my fucking god, he is currently 6-2, and Captain Falcon, his opponent, is currently 2-6. All right, let's go. Before I get distracted even further, before I just fall apart even further.
2, 1, go!
Rool. Wait, who's next? It. So Sonic is now the best fighter in the whole league. Yeah, he's better than Luigi, so his differential is much higher than Luigi's, and much higher than Lucas's. Lucas is also 8-1. We're down to the last few matches here, by the way. This is the third to last match of the night. Stretch it. It's almost time. I mean, as much as I love doing these streams, I kind of can't wait to be done so I can just go take a shower. And yes, in case you're wondering, I did shower today. So I'm not gross. but I like to shower both in the morning and at night. I'm not really hungry right now. I don't know why. Well, my stomach was hurting earlier. Like it was like low abdominal pain, and then I went to the bathroom and felt better afterward. All right. It's not that far apart now. King K. Rool takes it 40.1.
King K. Rool wins.
Sorry about that. I have to... Marth defeats Weave the Trainer. Oh wait, no. Weave the Trainer defeated Marth. All right, let's get the next match ready. This will be the penultimate match of the night.
Stamina battle.
We have... Oh, I forgot to announce the records. So King K. Rool is currently 7-2, and Captain Falcon falls to 2-7. Anyways, next up we have Pitt, who is currently 3-5, taking on Villager, who is 7-1. We'll go ahead and
3, 2, 1, go!
Captain Falcon is now 2-7, but he has one of the worst differentials. He's one of only a few fighters that have a differential of less than -1,000. All right. Olimars. Little Mac who finally won his first last week. So we're going to have 2 fighters with losing records to finish off the night. That's going to be pretty bad. But at least we have this current match right now. Villager's got a massive lead right now over Pitt. There better not be something burning in here. Oh, it's definitely my laptop that's really running hard. Probably because not only am I streaming, but I've also got a couple different tabs open. Like, I have the spreadsheet, I have an external projector so I can see it on my other monitor. I have the Discord chat open where I can talk to the mods. And I also have another tab where I change the display on the marquee and stuff, where I type the results down on the scroll so you guys can see them. Man, this is taking a while. Wow. Villager is just making this long and painful. He is making this as painful as possible. What a troll. He is an absolute menace right now. Just trolling him. Maybe I should change his name to Island Troll Boy. I don't know. That wouldn't be enough character. An ITB? I don't know. 273.4. Villager finally puts an end to it. And we have one of the most lopsided victories of the night. In fact, it probably is the most lopsided victory of the night. Just over 4 minutes. And Villager just drew it out to make sure it was as long and as excruciating as possible. He improves to 8-1.
Stamina battle.
Pitt, meanwhile, ends up falling to 3-6. $273.4. Alright, now it's time for the last 2 fighters of the night. It's going to be between Olimar, who is currently 3-5, taking on Little Mac, who is 1-7 and coming off his first win of the season last week. Can he keep this train a-rolling? Let's find out.
3, 2, 1, go!
Okay, so this is the last match of the night. I've never actually played Pikmin, but a number of people have recommended it to me. Including PSI Kirby, who was here at the beginning of the stream, but had to leave so he could watch the PlayStation Presents thing. Which is essentially Sony's version of the Nintendo Direct. Which reminds me, I'm really hoping Nintendo has another first-party Direct, because they haven't had one in almost a year. They haven't had a first-party Direct in almost a year. The last couple Directs were either for individual games or for third-party. They were partner showcases. They haven't had an actual first-party Direct in almost a year. In fact, I think it's actually been a year. But there were Directs for, like, they were like standalone Directs for games like Star Fox, Tomodachi Life, Kirby Air Riders. But those were just standalone Directs. There weren't any, like, massive presentations where they announced a bunch of new games. I love Nintendo Directs. They're just so cool. Oh no! Little Mac falls! 236.7 for Olimar. Olimar improves to 4 and 5. And right after winning his first match of the year, Little Mac is right back where he started, in the loser column. All right, so that is going to do it for tonight, and that is also the end of the first half of the 2026 season. Thank you so much to everybody who has stuck around throughout the first half, and I really hope to see you guys when we start the second half of the 2026 season. Same time, same channel, Tuesday afternoon, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be back for Week 10 of the 2026 season here at Nick's Amiibo League. But before that, I'm definitely going to make sure to upload a video going over the current standings. So you guys should stay tuned